Hey Pisceans, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your second half of November general reading here. So in your meditation, it was a lot of volcanic ash. I was at a volcano that had erupted. There was a lot of ash around. It felt very much like an event had occurred and transpired, and there were certain elements of, volcanic rock, certain, geographic, the earth shapes coming up from the ground. And I felt like I was being led towards like a peak of this volcano. And then I saw like a smaller, not a baby, but like a smaller golden dragon, emerge. And it presented the Piscean collective with a golden egg. Interesting. So golden egg equates to Two of Cups energy in the Krans animal deck, which is about the aspect of truth and pure intention that come together to align you within and for yourself, right? Inner and outer duality, but also with someone else, right? It's that Two of Cups energy. It's that mirror effect. So this is really fascinating. The way that it was coming across was, I felt like this egg, this Two, of Cups golden egg, was aligning specifically with the coming of Sagittarius season, which we are entering into during this second half of November. It feels like there is something coming around for you that is being symbolized by this Two of Cups, which is incredibly positive, by the way. If I wasn't clear about that, Two of Cups golden egg, incredibly positive. Is coming through for you as we move into Sagittarius season. The aspect of the volcanic ash and the eruption, it feels very much like a phoenix energy as well, and dragons breathe fire. It's something that's rising up from the ashes or has been transformed. It feels like I want to take it literally from coming out of Scorpio season and the death energy transformation into Sagittarius season, which is appreciating what has come up during that time, the lessons that we've learned, the transformations that we have undergone or witnessed, and moving into that beautiful Sagittarius energy of balance, harmony, alignment. It feels like something is coming around for you that is not just very well earned, but that you've been quite patient around in some way, shape, or form. I really, really like this for you. Also, I have to tell you, you are leading the pack for this round of reading. So every time I do a round of readings, I channel the order here, and you guys came through as wanting to go first, which usually sets the stage in some way for the rest of the reading. So little gold star note to self, Pisces, you are leading the pack for this round of readings, and it makes a lot of sense with that meditation. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see what the cards say. Hey Pisceans, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is for the second half of November. Animal energy for Pisces. Oh, really? Oh, really? I told you, Pisces, there's something about this time period for you. It feels incredibly auspicious. We got the dragon, beautiful, just like we saw in your meditation. Now, let's just go a little bit deeper with this, because don't we always? But this is fascinating because the dragon, right? This equates to justice energy, right? So go with me here. We have justice, which is Libra energy, which is that image of the scales, right? That aspect of balance. And then we are talking about Sagittarius season, right? Temperance energy, which is also about balance, but it's more about spiritual balance and alignment, right? Very fascinating that the scales, that aspect of the scales and balance and harmony and also like karma coming due for you or coming through in a really beautiful way. So like I said, this equates to justice energy, which is, it's a lot of major arcana feeling, isn't it? But it's fascinating as well, because if we think about the way that things are lining up with the imagery, right, and the symbolism, we have justice energy here, which is Libra energy. We talked about Scorpio season, that aspect of death and rebirth and transformation, right? With a little bit of Phoenix in the air, right? With the fire aspect. And then we're talking about Sagittarius season, which we're moving into during this time period. So it's the successive, right? It's the ABC and the 1, 2, 3. It's lining up in terms of this one, this one, this one. So I feel like that's a larger way of saying like things are really lining up for you, or they are lined up at this point going into Sagittarius season. It feels incredibly positive. And the fact that it's such a major arcana feeling says that there is something about this time frame where things are coming around to you, or things are showing up that, again, you've been patient around. And some of you have been patient around this very deliberately, like, you know, reminding yourself that patience is key, that patience is the key, you know, the way to manifest, all that stuff. But others have been patient in a way stemming from your subconscious energy, where you've been focusing on the right things and you know, not giving any energy to lack or what isn't there. And so it's allowed a free space to happen so that this other manifestation can come around to you. It's like you have not been watching the pot, and so it can boil, if that makes sense, going along with this fire imagery. But Dragon, this is also about seeing yourself and others, you know, clearly. And that aspect and idea of justice, where Lady Justice is blind, right? Where there's an aspect of this is not about, you know, opinion or you know, swinging energies of like what comes can go. It's very much like what is meant to be will be, what is yours and will not pass you by. And there's always going to be a balancing effect that comes into our experience. So if you've been dealing with a lot of transformational things, if you've been going through shifts and really keeping your eye, as it were, on the prize of, you know, having a harmonious experience, right, and being patient and all of those things, then the scales are about to balance back for you in a really beautiful way. And it feels really nice. It feels really, really nice. Let's see what's going on. I'm telling you, it's Sagittarius season. It feels incredibly good for you. Hello, hello, hello. It's another major arcana. So it is your water sister brother sign here of Cancer energy with the Chariot. So, I mean, how beautiful is this? The Chariot is assured victory, assured success. It's balanced, steady movement forward. Now, let's look at this a little bit more closely. So the Chariot, you see how that's a black stallion and that's a white stallion? So that's hearkening back to how this is in the Rider-Waite Tarot with the white and black sphinxes on either side of the Chariot. So this is really interesting because we have this idea or concept of this duality, of this balance of light and dark. You see this here with the scales? It's really beautiful, Pisces. I feel like, you know, with all this major arcana energy, this is fated or destined events. These are, you know, happenings that are coming around for you that are going to be rather significant, but also denote new pathways. And that's what I'm getting. New pathways are forming for you. It feels really, really nice. Like the road has been revealed and it's like obstructions or blocks or detours have been cleared and there's a pathway, you know, moving forward. It feels really, really, really nice. And I'm hearing the word new as a result of the old. I'm hearing that there's going to be things that didn't work out for you or didn't work out in the timing that, you know, you thought it would or they would, but that you're seeing now, like you're seeing now the wisdom in it, and I feel like there's a level of gratitude. Like, I'm so glad that what I thought I wanted did not come to pass in the time that I thought I wanted it to, because this is so much better. That's what it feels like. Isn't that nice? Magician on the bottom there. So we got Death energy, Scorpio energy. This is just, I told you, there's something about your energy lining up with this time, Piscean, that is just, it's the leader of the pack. It's my motorcycle noise. But Death energy, the beautiful Scorpio energy here. We talked about this with the endings and beginnings. See that fire here. Now, what I'm really drawn to as well is see the red, like, volcanic ash sky here, reminding me of that volcano. So this is endings that make way for new beginnings, like we said. It's very much in your energy. And look at the feeling of movement here, right? But see this kid with the flowers, that it's like, okay, hello, what a pretty stallion with red eyes there, right? There's this aspect here of like, I feel like this is the gift on the other side of the transformation and patience and alignment. It's like, hey, look at this coming over here. It's like new life begins. It's like new life is being birthed from the ashes, right? Stunning. Stunning. Wow. Oh, I just noticed something else as well. Beautiful. So if you've been following me for any time at all, you know that every sign, every zodiac sign, I have an animal, a personal animal that I equate, that I feel like embodies that sign's, home energy. Now, you guys are very special. Of course you are, but you're extra special because you are, I think if I'm not mistaken, the only sign that I have two animals for. There are two animals that bring you to mind energetically. One of them is the whale, right? Because it represents empaths and deep feeling and Queen of Cups energy, which is Pisces all day, every day. By the way, fun fact, I have met many empaths who are not Pisceans, but I've never met a Pisces that is not an empath. Think that over. So if you're watching this and you're a Pisces, there's a really good chance you're an empath. The other animal is a unicorn. That is the other animal that is Pisces energy for me. And look at that unicorn horn on this horse. So I feel like it's really lovely as well. Then we have the Eight of Cups. Now this is very interesting because remember how we talked about the choices and the fork in the road, right? So we have this movement going forward. We have this transformation. We have this new path emerging as shown by this little boy with his bouquet of flowers here. And then we have more movement with the Eight of Cups. Now, what I'm really drawn to with this is that this is a minor arcana in a sea of majors. We have a minor arcana coming through here, which is, when we see a minor arcana, that's going to highlight that our choices are going to be key in what does or does not happen. Right? This is major, this is destined, this is fated. There's only so much that we can do within the web of the major arcana because they denote soul marker points, right? It is what it is with major arcanas. Minors, however, we can shuffle and change and shift. So the fact that this is coming through in your third position as you walk off into the future says to me, especially because it is Eight of Cups, which is about leaving behind emotionally unfulfilling people, places, things, aspects of yourself, and being willing to let go and move on and release in favor of lands yet discovered. And that's the thing. When we are in a place in our lives, regardless of if it's, our job, our personal relationships, our, relationship with ourselves, our health, our wellness, whatever it is, when we're in a place where we are truly ready to move on from what has been and what has not been working in favor of something that is mysterious and the unknown, and we have no idea what it is, but we know that we got to move forward and trust because we're feeling that we don't know what's coming, but we do know that it's going to be better than staying where we've been. Because where we've been, we've outgrown it in some way, shape, or form, right? So it's really interesting that that's coming through in this way. We also have this dolphin here, which I don't think I've ever noticed before. Oh, funny, it's right there though. I think I thought that was a rock. You see that dolphin? So we have this dolphin coming up here too, which is Ace of Cups energy, right? Which is self-love, a lot of intuition. I feel like you are, making choices from a place of self-love, self-respect, and then also faith and trust in the unknown path ahead. I'm hearing that quote, I think it's an anonymous quote, but I'm hearing that quote of, one does not discover new lands without consenting to lose sight of the shore for a very long time. One does not discover new lands without consenting to lose sight of the shore for a very long time. And I feel like that's where you're going, off to new lands. And I feel like it's so incredibly positive. Remember that Two of Cups coming in for you in the meditation with the dragon. I feel like where you're going is just, it feels incredibly positive. But it's coming on the other side of you making some heart-based choices and decisions in favor of, really your own highest and best good and what feels right for you. But again, I keep hearing the word patience being paid off and new roads being formed. It feels incredibly, incredibly good. Let's go ahead and get some advice. Get some advice for Pisces. Oh, really? Is that? Oh, look, you're at the bottom of the deck. Moon key right there. Look at that. Beautiful, right? So your advice is the Emperor. Oh, so fascinating. So we have Aries energy here. So when this comes along, another major arcana, don't you know? When this comes along as your advice, it's another way of, the universe saying like, you are in control of your own destiny, right? You've got to work within certain lines of soul lessons, but Only you have the power to make choices that are in your best interest, and then also being mindful of how your choices and decisions will affect others, and how others' choices and decisions will affect you. This is really taking on that responsibility and really sitting in the full seat of, my choices matter. I can design my own, road going forward. I also need to hold myself accountable for anything that I am or am not doing in favor of my highest and best good, where I want to be, what I want to manifest, how I want to feel, because it all comes down to you. Emperor is like saying, like, put your big kid boots on. It's, take full responsibility for your life, because what you manifest really all comes down to you and only you. Nobody else can manifest for you. It's all about you. It's all for you. I do feel like there's some choices, because Emperor can also denote some, big person choices. I want to say like big kid choices. I feel like there's a aspect of leveling up or fast maturity or growth that's coming through here. Not to say that you were immature, but you are maturing out of a certain stage of your life or a certain aspect of being, right? There's an aspect of this with the Emperor where, we say like, okay, my life is going to be what I make it, and I can make some decisions that, might take some deliberation and time and thought, but I can do so with the energy and the benefit of the dragon, right? Use my discernment, use that justice energy, and let me see myself, others around me, my situation, and my own potential, not from a place of bias or lack or, even like low self-worth or anything to do with that, but just from like a very, almost a very objective, almost neutral perspective of like, I am a person in this world and I have every right to be happy. I have the ability to manifest what I desire, and I'm the one to, facilitate that happening. It's really beautiful advice here. Let's get an oracle, shall we? Let's get an oracle for Pisces. Did we not just talk about this? Look at all this horse energy here by the oceans. Did we not just talk about this? There's power in my choices. We're just talking about choices. Journey, freedom. We're talking about the movement forward and the journey, and look at all this horse energy, and the Eight of Cups is moving on. By the way, I was going to mention this before. What's on the other side of Eight of Cups? Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. But you only get to the Knight of Cups if you're willing to, do the Eight of Cups and move on and towards something else, right? There is power in my choices. Journey, freedom. That is the Emperor all day, every day. This is really beautiful for you, Pisces. I'm so excited. I'm so happy that you guys are starting the pack with this round of reading. There's also this energy around the horse medicine that says the only way that I can be restricted is by my own thoughts and my own ideas, right? You, as trite as it may be, you really do have the key to your own personal liberation and freedom. And anything that is confining you in any way, shape, or form is your responsibility to first see it, to acknowledge it, to accept it, and then taking steps to move outside of that restriction, right? It's really, really beautiful, Pisces. I feel excited for you. I feel genuinely excited for you. So with this being said, I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please let me know in the comments below. We've been having some tech issues with YouTube, and that's a nice way of putting it. If you would like to stay subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from the channel without their consent, please leave a comment and like this video. I would so appreciate that. And with that being said, also just a reminder that the wait list for my Be Your Own Intuitive membership course is in the description box below. And lastly, just thank you so much for being here. But most of all, and as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.